with 1 hour chart. First of all, if you refer to our analysis, we mentioned if you want to look for the long term for buy, the best thing is if the price can break the lowest price of this correction. And as we can see, if we put our line here, we see the breakout. Okay, and even if you refer to our analysis, we mentioned we can expect the price drop to somewhere around 1750, and right now almost is around dropped around 1700, more than what we were expected. We discussed about that. We mentioned after if there is a continuation, the next level is looking for is around 1.5k. Okay, anyway, we don't need to care about that. The only see first things, if we refer to our technically we see the breakout of the correction, but the price reversed really sharply. And if we refer to the indicators, MACD doesn't show us the divergence, but then another indicator showing us a divergence. Okay, whether we should look for the reversal or not, this is the first things. And the second question is whether we can put this move in relative to this or not as an internal flat. Okay, how deep it can go? We mentioned the next level after the breakout of 1750 is 1.5k. But for me, even I mentioned since the price was within this down move, we mentioned if we get any reversal, any trade setup for buy, we will take it. That's mean we try to trade it. If it's not moving our direction, we try to take out the trade. Okay. Now we want to see whether we can look for buy or the price can continue. Based on daily chart, we don't have any trade setup. And even if we move to a lower time frame, okay, as we can see the price reverse after we get this down move, there was no trade setup to look for. Okay, but the first things I want to highlight, if we put this low in relative to this, based on forward chart, the only thing is we can refer to the MACD. We see we have a divergence. The another indicator doesn't give us really good information. Okay, now the question is whether this is the start of the reversal or we can expect the price to continue. Okay, the first things I can highlight here, we need to get the correction here before we get the confirmation. But the most things if we want to look for the correction, if we want to look for sell. But if we want to look for the reversal, any short move flag, we will take the trade. Okay, but right now based on forward chart, we don't have any trade setup. And even if we move to 1 hour chart, we don't have any trade setup. Even I explain similar things because most of the chart, they have a similar movement. Okay, whether this is the start of the reversal or not, we cannot confirm. For sure, if we refer to the indicators, we see we have a divergence, but it's not enough to give us a confirmation. Even we see based on daily chart, the price broke the lowest price of the correction. Okay, that's mean if we want to look for the reversal, any sharp move flag or correction, we take the trade. If it's moving our direction, is good. If not, we take with the trade. Because for me right now, I'm looking for buy, but I don't have any trade set up yet. I'm looking for the here. If I get any flag or correction, I will take the trade because we have been looking for the trade as a sharp move flag. This is the only, if you want to look for the reversal as a sharp move flag, the only way is to put our entry above the top. And in that case, what we want the price sharply break and continue. If the price tag we see is not moving within the first or maximum second hours, we take out the trade. And the another one is if we get since we have this move, if we get the correction and the deeper correction, the deeper correction at least should be a flat. Then from there, if we get any trade setup within the flat, we take the trade. And any trade setup, if it's not, we are not going to keep more than 2 to 4 hours if it's not moving in our direction. We need to be really careful if we want to look for buy. First things, we have to get the trade setup. The second thing, if it's not moving in our direction, we are not going to keep more than, as I mentioned, about the sharp move flag by having trade above the top, we are not going to keep more than 2 hours. And if you're looking for the flat and deeper correction, maximum 4 hours. Okay, because similar to what we get here, there was a reversal, there was a correction. The only way to look for trade having entry above the top, the price drop. There was also second opportunity. That means there was no trade for any of this. And right now we're looking at this. I prefer to get the correction here, not the flag, because any correction, it can give me better confirmation for the reversal. Okay, but if the price sharply drop from here, we just let it go. It doesn't mean we cannot look for sell. The sell is just a short-term trade as a sharp move flag based on lower time frame. We are more interested to look for the reversal. Okay, by the way, buying without the trade setup is not a really good idea. And even We didn't have any trade setup, even we get this reversal, even before Bitcoin explain, even based on 1 hour chart. Okay, the only things I want to highlight here, any trade for me, if I'm looking for, I want to get the trade setup. Without the trade setup, I'm not going to look for buy. Okay, the best thing is I will wait another few hours here. If I get the flag, I will put my entry above the top, and I put my stop loss somewhere below this. Okay, why I'm interested to look for buy? Because if there is a reversal in terms of the risk and reward, it can give us a really good trade setup. Because this is what we risk, and this is what we can look for. Okay, that's why if you refer to our analysis, since the price was within this down move, I mentioned I'm looking for the reversal. It doesn't mean I didn't look for the sell. If I see any opportunity for sell, I took it. But I was not really interested to look for sell. That's why any sell was really short term, and there was not really good trade setup for the sell. All was as long as we get into the profit, I had to start to manage it. Okay, and the only thing is, right now we don't care how deep it can go and where the price is going. The only thing is, if we get any reversal, we take the trade, as I mentioned, and we start to manage it. Okay, in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.